a future. We came to feel the music.
Has this ever happened to you? I have a solution for that. Slap chalk! Take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slap chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, Rockfinder, and the CEO of Slap Talks.
Oceans, everyone is celebrating 5 years of Save the Ocean. My name's Enzo, and for those of you that want, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk at? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalk! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stamford, Connecticut, at the Stamford Ninja Academy for the final division of the World Ninja League Premier Series competition this weekend, the first of our second season. It's time for the Elite Division, and we've got some absolutely insane courses made by the one and only Will Schlageter, a top competitor and coach and course designer in the ninja community. We saw him do amazing things at the World Championship, and we've seen some absolutely fire courses from him between yesterday and today. And I can only imagine how insane it's going to be for the elites as they're about to take on the amped up versions of all of today's courses. Now, in order to qualify for the finals, there's a 2-course process that we're going to have to go through. I'm going to let my co-host Billy Dixon walk us through it.
Yes, hello everyone. We will have 2 courses today, as it has been for all of our divisions for the Premier Series. Our first course will be our placement course. This is kind of like your traditional WNL flow course. If you fall, your run is over. It is simple as that. If you run out of time, then your run is over. It is simple as that. Typically, it is quite a short course, and its main purpose is to determine the run order for the challenge course. Now, the challenge course is essentially the big course, the one that everyone attempts, the one that truly matters for the final result. You have 2 retries allowed for the entire course. You have 1 retry at maximum per obstacle, and if you fall on a retry attempt, or you run out of retries and you fail, your run is over. Same if you run out of time altogether. This is definitely a longer course than the placement course, and as I said, its main purpose is to give out the final result. Now, the top 4 athletes on the leaderboard for the challenge course, they will have a ticket to qualify for our World Ninja League finals in Washington at Life Force Ninja, which will take place during mid-November from the 15th, 16th, all the way down to the 17th.
That's right. And fighting for spots in the top 4 this weekend are some of the best athletes in the world. Let's take a look. We're starting off with the elite female division, and our first runner is going to be none other than reigning Premier Series champion, Abby Clark. Abby absolutely destroyed everyone in the Premier Series finals last year. Got second place last year at Worlds and this year at Worlds. We know that she wants another number 1 title under her belt. Perhaps she will be a 2-time Premier Series champion. It's very, very likely. Meanwhile, on the elite men's side, we have 2 world champions from Ninja's past and present. We have the defending Season 9 world champion Jackson Erdos here today, who just won his 3rd world champion title last month in the Greensboro Coliseum. And then another champion all the way from 2020. It's Joe Moravsky, longtime veteran of the ninja community. And he's been around forever and has been one of the few ninjas who's really, really been evolving with the sport and being ahead of the curve. It's so difficult with so many crazy obstacles to keep up with the sport the way Joe has. And these two are absolutely going to be some ninjas to look out for. Of course, there's so many more on the female and male side. And in the female division, there's your run order right there. You're going to want to watch out for Corinne Capriotti, who made it to stage 2 at the World Championship, this most recent go about. And then over in the male division, after Jackson runs, is going to be Tom Alberti, who got 3rd place overall at the World Championship.
Absolutely. So many incredible names we can already see on this leaderboard, with more to come throughout our male division. Now, before we get onto the runs, let's take a small moment for our sponsors out here. We have DGS Ninja, the provider for all of our obstacles here and all of the obstacles at the World Ninja League Championships for Tier 1. Here we can see our 2023 World Ninja League champion, Addie Herman, as their sponsored athlete. We all love DGS here. They do an incredible job with every single obstacle they create. Shoutouts to DGS Ninja. And we cannot forget about NinjaWorks, the ultimate timing system in all of Ninja. They are the powerhouse behind the World Ninja League. They control the time. They control the leaderboards. They even supply the buzzers and maybe some smoke machines if we ask nice enough sometimes. So yes, all of the people at NinjaWorks, they are incredible people. None of this would be possible without them.
Absolutely right, Billy. And now all 3 of these colossal titans of the sport, the World Ninja League, DGS, and NinjaWorks, will come together for this epic conclusion to our first Premier Series qualifier of the season. Quick little correction there. I said that Corinne cleared stage 1 this year. She got so close. I thought she did, just on that last move, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, placed 8th overall at the World Championships. We've got a lot of high-level, high-intensity, high-quality athletes coming up, and Corinne is still going to be one to look out for. Now, some of you may be wondering, wait, guys, if there's only 4 elite female athletes, doesn't that mean all 4 of them qualify for the finals? Well, yes and no. All 4 of our athletes are eligible to qualify still, but they are going to have to complete the first 3 obstacles of the challenge course in order to punch their ticket to the Premier Series finals at Life Force Ninja. Now, if they do not, then they're more than welcome to try and compete at any other Premier Series qualifier throughout the season, but those 3 obstacles are how they're going to be earning their ticket. Meanwhile, on the elite male side, we will be doing our traditional method of qualification of top 4 advance.
Absolutely.
Taking a look as well at the elite male run order, the first 2 runners for the elite male, Ofir Jakubovic, is coming from Israel. I believe he's been in the States this whole time. I met him over at the World Championships. He's a great athlete, great coach, just a very positive person to be around. Can't wait to see him tear up the course. And then we have Zach Keenan, who was the Premier Series champion in the amateur division last year. He's going to be one to look out for. He made the move up to elites this past season, and he was on fire throughout the entire season. Had a great display of power at Worlds as well. Can't wait to see how he does against the top athletes in the elite division here.
Absolutely, and of course we have all of our well-established competitors as well. Some names that jump off of the order. Of course, we have the aforementioned Joe Morovsky and Jackson Erdos, but then again we also have Joe Meisner out in here. We've got Tom Alberti as well, that some of you may know from the head-to-head racing special event that we held earlier this year. Cody Benaway is out here as well, along with Joe Capo and Michael Sherman. But now we're about to get started with our reigning Premier Series elite female champion, Abby Clark.
All right, here we go. A minute on the clock for our elite females, and Abby just popping right through. No cones there, just going to go from bar to fidget spinners to this special delivery. He's going to dismount very quickly there. She working her way through the balance. You can see that wall up. In the amateur division, we had athletes just skipping the balance entirely and jumping straight to the platform. Lil blocked it off, so Abby is just going through everything as fast as she possibly can. There's no ring there. She's got to get the dismount now, but she's spinning around.
Gonna have to adapt on the fly here. Gotta use that core strength in order to make it through to that platform.
It looks like she's adjusted.
Time is running out, however. If you can make this jump, you will have to... Oh, no. Come on, Abby, you've got this.
And running low on time, she's going to drop down. Pretty surprised right there, but still a great run, very efficient. And we're going to see her on the challenge course tearing it up.
Indeed, we will. Very surprising result there, but she's definitely laid down a foundation of what's to come. She's let the audience know what all of these elite athletes will be up against and all the changes. So it's nice to know everything out here as we are going along.
Our next athlete is going to be Emily Gardner. Emily trains very frequently out of the Stamford Ninja Academy, so perhaps going to be a little more at home on these obstacles.
Exactly. Home field advantage is quite a very important fundamental if you are able to have it. You know, a lot of experience on these obstacles may lead to a better placement than some of your rivals out here.
Just waiting for some obstacles to be set back in place. And then we're going to get underway with the action once again.
Here we go. Emily Gardner raring to go. Quick nod of the head there. And she is off. Nice pull back there. Want to carry that momentum into this little Lachey lane coming out here. Not going to link that special delivery. Wants to get a bit more of a safer approach. Every obstacle matters here at the placement course. As Emily Gardner is making her way through those cliffhangers, using that bar to swing down to safety. Ooh, small little mishap there on balance, but still managed to avenge herself there using the side of the monkey bars here.
All right, still has 20 seconds left coming into these last two obstacles. She's going to center herself and try and grab the outside so she's not spinning around too much. There is a ring there to grab onto, but she's got to make a move out very soon. Emily, still a little crooked, is going to have to send it. Almost got it, got a hand on. But no, that second to last obstacle is going to do it for her.
Important to note that that might be a small crux point for our upcoming elite athletes out here. So it might be a race to that point, but if our athletes are able to make it past that point, it will be a race to the buzzer.
All right, now taking it over to our third athlete of the elite female division. It's going to be Mackenzie Pavlik. And then after that is going to be Corinne Capriotti. And then we'll take it over to the elite male division. There's Mackenzie.
Coming out of New Haven, Connecticut. He's actually got around 15th place at Worlds and then 32nd out there in another category. Going out here with all the stops, quickly making her way through these fidget spinners. Quick lâché there onto that special delivery. A little bit of a twisted backswing there to get a bit more momentum. Swinging down to safety without the use of that bar.
There we go, quickly through the balance there. 30 seconds remaining for these final 3 obstacles. Nice given and pull up. Good strategy here. Still has 20 seconds to go. Now has to make sure she's lined up properly. Time is on their side when they get to this point. They have to catch it evenly just like that. And Mackenzie Pavlik has a shot here at becoming our first finisher on the placement course. Just has to make sure that she changes her direction, but she's going the wrong way. And time's going to expire for Mackenzie Pavlik. So close. Oh, man.
Very unfortunate for Mackenzie there. She took a little bit of extra time before that obstacle just to try and get an even swing. She did link the lâché between the 2 discs, but to no avail as she was just trying to spin out there and try and get a bit more of an even approach, but to no avail, unfortunately. Corinne Capriotti is going to be our next competitor. She is coming out of Gravity Forge, an incredible gym to have as a home gym.
Yeah, that team over at Gravity Forge is absolutely insane. Corinne, one of the best out there, got 8th at the World Championship, almost got the clear on stage 1, 4th overall for Strongest Ninja. Now she's already burning through these first 3 obstacles like nothing. No surprise there. Set for the pullback. And now onto the balance.
First year as an elite athlete for the WNL, and it's clear that she has the skills needed. Her resume is incredible. 8th at the World Championship, 4th place overall for Strongest Ninja. She looks like she's going to be getting that ring.
Yes, got the
do
ring.
A massive pullback into
And
the jump, makes it.
We're ending our elite female placement course with a buzzer. Awesome job, Corinne. So smooth through that whole run.
Incredible to have the floodgates open just in time for our elite male division. The lads must have been taking notes through that penultimate obstacle there.
And you know what that also means? That also means that Corinne's going to be going last on the challenge course for the females. So she'll get a little bit of extra time to check out all of the beta on the course. There you can see the order of time to the second to last obstacle as well. Abby Clark is going to be running second to last. Emily Gardner will be running second on the challenge course, and Mackenzie Pavlik will kick us off when we get to that point. Now, as you were saying, Billy, it is time for the elite male division.
We are going to be starting off with a powerhouse of a ninja here. Coming out of Israel is going to be Ofer Jakubovic.
Ophir, such a strong athlete. Gonna give a big pullback. Wow. Ooh. Overshot there with the power. But Reese's gonna need to rebuild some swing, but it's working for him. He's got to get up to that bar from the spider. Here. There is no rest platform, and he almost had it. Drop down. I think he just tried to rush through it.
He knew that time was most likely not going to be on his side throughout that. He wanted to try and at least get a quick attempt to lâché to that bar. Unfortunate for Ovir there. Hopefully all of his incredible skills that we've seen at Worlds this year will be showcased throughout the challenge course.
All right, well, our second runner in the elite male division is no stranger to the Premier Series. It's amateur male Premier Series champion Zach Keenan, who's moved up to the elite division. We'll see if he can take a second title, but this time in a different division. Got 15th overall at the World Championships.
He's definitely capable of getting that second first place. Oh my goodness me, what a save!
I thought he slipped, and now I can't tell if he slipped or if he did that on purpose. That was clean. It was either a great calculated move or an incredible recovery. Regardless, Zach Keenan popping his way through. He's going to give it one backswing on the ring into the trampoline. So smooth there. 28.4 seconds to kick us off.
You would not think that this kid was an amateur athlete before this competition, but oh my goodness me, making the step up to the elite division was exactly the right move. Taking a massive backswing straight onto that trampoline jump just looked epic, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Epic is a great word to describe him. Now, we're taking it over to one of our world champions from WNL past, a name that many are familiar with. It is time for the weatherman, Joe Moravsky, to be taken on the placement course. Joe has come close to qualifying for finals in the past Premier Series. Now he's at his home gym. Took a back seat, decided, no, I'm not going to help out with the course design, not going to help out testing or anything. He just wanted to compete. And I think we're going to see some big things out of Joe here.
Joe is definitely one of our most powerful ninjas within there. Oh, I like the shirt.
What a nice shirt.
I like the shirt.
You guys can catch Joe Moravsky August 21st repping the United States in Japan's Global Championship. Nice shirt, Joe.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Nice pull through the sliders. Oh, looked like he wanted to go, but didn't have it there. Now he's at the bar. Now, special deliveries he's had problems with in the past. Not a problem here. He's going to get out of that obstacle very quickly. Onto that balance. No issues there. Ooh, good use of the sides there. Unstable bridge style.
Incredible.
Now, for the links on these discs, can he get it evenly?
Oh,
he gets out of there. Now for the trampoline. Oh, he's over
taking an extra backswing. Wants to get
exactly on the jump. Joe Moravsky with a buzzer on the placement course. 38.9. Shrugs it off. You know, no big deal. I only just moved like a speeding bullet. Just briefly.
Oh, yeah. It's all fine. Nothing new from here.
Right. It's just another day at work for Joe Moravsky there.
Absolutely. He definitely deserved his spot on Team USA for that Japan Ninja World Cup happening August 21st. Definitely an event I'm looking forward to this year. We are now going to be moving on to Asen Pritchard out here.
Asen Pritchard, one of the a very notable coach and athlete in the community.
He is ready to go. Look at that stance. Not like a speeding bullet on these shrinking steps. Is he going to take a backswing? Yes, he will. He has seen what can happen if you are just a bit too fast here. Still going ahead and linking through that special delivery, taking a little tilted backswing in order to make it down to the dismount platform. Time is still on his side here. About 33 seconds left moving through these monkey bars. It definitely looks like that unstable bridge style. Oh, skipping the first disc altogether. Swinging back, eyeing up that trampoline.
Wow.
Bounding his way down. Wow.
That was tough to keep up with. He was flying.
That was insanity there. Asen Pritchard just... Wow. Definitely one of the most powerful runs we've seen so far today. Throughout all of the divisions. Incredible stuff out of Asen.
Up next is going to be an OG of the sport, been at Ninja for 13 years. A very notable coach in the community out of Empire Ninja. Hasn't competed too much recently, but is jumping back into it. It's going to be Noel Reyes, acknowledging that he's going to have to keep up with the young guns here but he's up for the challenge, and he's definitely capable of a buzzer here.
Yeah, definitely one of our quite older representatives in the elite division, but he still has the appropriate build for Ninja overall. 5'9", 155 pounds, wingspan of 72.5 inches. I'm excited to see how Noel does to try and keep up with these younger, incredible athletes.
All right, here we go. Awesome movement there.
Like
a little stuck on the slider.
He's going to an extra powerful momentum shift here, and it looks like he's doing that with his... Ooh, losing a bit more momentum. He seems to be in no man's land at the moment, trying to just avenge that momentum out here. Unfortunately, that rope from earlier has slid out from beneath him. Not being able to go back, shaking his head. He knows he might be in a bit of trouble here.
Oh, he's going to take a drop there as well. So close.
Quite strategic about taking the drop there. Wants to conserve his energy for the challenge course. Kai Ackel is going to be our next elite competitor out here.
Kai Ackel now sprinting through the course, very capable of going fast. Gonna give it a pullback to make sure that he can get to that bar first try. Saw some athletes get stuck on that second slider, and that's not a concern for him. Great movement there.
Kai now making his way through, trying to skip as many things as possible. Interesting backswing approaches here, as he only uses 2 moves there, skipping the first disc. That definitely seems like to be the strategic way of going about things. Bounding to victory, a bit of an unorthodox jump there in midair, but regardless, Kai Ackel making great time on the placement course.
And again, you can see just how smooth all of our elite athletes are moving. You'd expect that from a handful of athletes in other divisions. It's every athlete here. Absolute masterclass. Now, for the reigning world champion, it is Jackson Erdos. Almost got the full clear on stage 3. One of few athletes in WNL history to have 3 different world champion titles. But Jackson's win recently is his first in the elite division. He got 4th at the Premier Series last year. We'll see if he can punch his ticket back in the finals today. Ooh, interesting pullback there. He's going to pop over and link his way through everything else.
Ooh, very, very close on that special delivery there from Jackson Erdos. Regardless, still taking quite a speedy approach here. Nothing new to him.
Ooh, tried to reach for that top bar, made some adjustments, but maybe costing him a 1/4 of a second at most. Clean links here. Gonna pull back. There is no platform there now. They have to go straight to the trampoline, which he does, and just falls short. I think he hit a little too close to the top of that trampoline. It gave him the height that he needed, but not the distance. Very surprising to see there.
Definitely caught me off guard, that little mishap at the very end there. But regardless, we all know what Jackson Erdos is capable of. His challenge course is going to be one to... It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I can't wait to see Jackson out on this course designed by the amazing Will Slagater.
Now, I will say, now I'm curious as to where Jackson's going to end up in the run order for the challenge course. But time will tell. Now we're going to see another athlete on the podium at Worlds from last month. It is Tom Alberti from the Hamden Ninja Academy.
I first learnt about Tom during the head-to-head special event held earlier this year. And if there is one thing this guy knows, it is speed in every way, shape, and form.
Good pops through using the sides of the ladders. And tries to static it out. Oh my goodness. He was kind of juggling with the disc for a second there to save himself. I love the fight, but I think he just tried to rush the static out to that ring a bit. It was such a smooth run up to that point. I love the beta there, going from the sides to the bottom bar to the sides again. Look at how he's switching his hands around. Nearly saved that.
That's 2 back-to-back shock fails. That's going to place both Jackson and Tom in the middle, about the middle of the pack there, next to Joe. So it looks like in the middle of the pack is where the big names will be coming up with. But that is not to say it's a lack of entertainment and skill, as is such with absolutely Owen Mathers wanting to get a high position here. Oh, look at the power here. Wants to take a backswing to maybe prepare a couple of links here. Nope, taking an extra backswing. A smart idea going... Oh, no! Again, trying to static. He gets it this time, however. Making his way to the back cliff. It looks like the back cliff might be the only cliff in play there, which is interesting.
Oh, no, a slip on the balance. That's going to cut his run short.
I respect the resilience out here. It is a fast course. He does want to move at an efficient pace. And when you are stopped from doing that like he was there on that special delivery grab, it can mess with you a bit, and balance requires a lot of your concentration, if not all of it. But there is one guy who knows about concentration and knows how to be incredibly efficient. It's the one and only Joe Meisner out here, coming out from New Egypt in New Jersey.
Joe, one of the fastest and strongest in the game right now. Also a shout out to the Asher Sims shirt that he's wearing. Nice looking shirt there. Now Joe, I believe last time he was at the Premier Series, oh my goodness!
What is going on
was
today?
Not expecting that. There's something in the air in the Stamford Ninja Academy right now. Hopefully we can cleanse it so the challenge course is way smoother. I actually do believe that the challenge course plays to their strengths a bit more, but very surprising out of Joe Meisner.
I'm in total shock. I don't know what to say. This leaderboard is going to be incredible to look at once all of this is said and done, with some massive names coming up next. Another one being Nicholas Silva.
Yeah, Nicholas Silva is very talented. Another one of those really strong athletes coming out of Vitality. Vitality always has a huge contingent of strong athletes. Let's see how he fares. Oh, he missed the ring.
Goodness me.
But you know what? At least on this first slider, he is able to use the step to push back. Now he's going to have to build up some power to get to the bar. Oh, just fell short. These sliders can be so tricky if you don't get it first try.
Absolute madness. I'm absolutely... One thing this is going to do, though, like, look at this leaderboard already. We are going to have Noel Reyes and Nicholas Silva on the top half of the run order here.
Now, that's not to say anything to discredit anyone, but very surprising to see the widespread of results given their elite status. But Cody Benaway, one of those athletes who could absolutely shake up the leaderboard once again. A very capable young man. And we're seeing that right now. Those links, super clean. Grabs the backside. And quickly out of there.
Demonstrated in past competitions. Oh no! I know we joked about Will being evil for placing that mat up against that pipe, but it looks like he might have needed it there for his own safety. But still quite a big shot out of Cody Benaway, guys.
You know what? The nice thing is the placement course doesn't eliminate anyone. All of these athletes will have the chance to get their get back on the challenge course.
Absolutely.
All right, now Jake Shanti now.
Wow.
Got in the top 30. Yes, Jake Shanti got in the top 30. And he didn't do it just by sitting around. He did it by doing stuff like this, moving at a great pace.
Quite possibly the fastest we've seen up to this point in the course here.
Going with Tom's beta of the ladders. Wow! Huge links there. It hasn't even been 30 seconds. We could be looking at a sub-30 run. Jake Shawn just put up the fastest time of the division, if I'm not mistaken, 27 flat. What a great run. It's either him or Zach Keenan up in the first spot.
Gonna put him very, very late into the challenge course running order. But that is what we like to see out here. We like to see those later runners showcase their skills on the placement course and get us more excited for what's to come. Sebastian Ramos is going to be our next competitor in the elite male division. Placed 56 at the World Championships, but got 15th in his region for this division here. We're having another look at the leaderboard. Jake through to Joe Meisner.
Very surprising there. You can see out of all of the non-finishers right now, Jackson Erdos still in a pretty decent spot, taking 6th at the moment. Sebastian Ramos has been a destructive force on the course, and by that I mean he literally snapped a captain's wheel in half with those forearms. Dude is absolutely shredded. So let's see how he tears through this course. Oh, tried to set up the link, didn't really have it. He's going to have to build up a bit more.
Has a lot of momentum coming in from that, though.
He's going to pop through. Oh, tried to static.
Hanging on
one-handed
with one hand,
stave.
though.
Wow, what an awkward grip for his hands, too. It still paid off.
Making his way through this balance obstacle now. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, that's a mad save.
Oh, my goodness. How has he done this? And the bar is in play. Never even... I totally forgot about that. He still has time to clear if he links everything perfectly. He's going to skip and go out to the ring, but he missed it. What is going on today?
It's like he knocked out the ring from his grasp there. You know, it's just those little things. These athletes do... They can afford to go a bit more wild on the placement course, as it doesn't mean the most, you know. It only determines the run order for the challenge course, which they will all attempt. But regardless, it is still a bit heartbreaking to see a athlete as established as Sebastian go out on such quite a transitioning and small move, and it looks like he's going to go under review, potentially for that little balance mishap there.
I was going to say it would likely be for that. But now Justin Karagianis is going to be taking on the placement course.
This is his first year in the elite division, definitely one of the youngest athletes in the division. He chose to go with the challenge of elites rather than moving to young adults after going into teens before this. In addition to ninja, Justin also does cross country and track, including pole vaulting for his high school. He also loves Raiders football and F1 racing, especially Ferrari, and he is zooming through this course as we speak.
All right, good move across. Nice monkey bar. And now to set up the jump again to the ring. Got it. And now he's got to get to that trampoline. He's a little side to side. Has to straighten himself out and line up for that dismount. Gets the bounce, but undershoots it. Oh, man. So close.
He had time on his hands. He could have gone for some extra momentum swings if he wanted to, but a result like that could land him in the middle of the pack for all we know. Actually, yeah, it's going to put him behind Jackson Erdos. And between him and Tom Alberti, he will be placed.
All right, now we have 4 athletes remaining in the elite male division before we take it over to the challenge course. Up next is the head honcho of Ferox Athletics. It's Zach Eichenstein. Got 31st at the World Championship. Great pullback here. Gonna pop his way over. Nice height on that Lachey. Making his way through.
My goodness,
one-handed save.
Those
he's
were
gotta catch the
incredibly
backside of
graceful
that cliff.
links.
Way to stay composed, not let it, ruffle his feathers a bit too much. He's going to reach up and around and a nice match over on that second ladder. Now, is he going to do the skip? Yes, he will. Catches the ring.
Yes.
And the jump on the trampoline, but undershoots
Oh,
it as well. I could
Undershot
tell
it.
he landed a little low on the trampoline. So while he had good technique, he was just already starting in a slightly off position. But look at that one-handed save there.
He had the height for the final jump, just didn't have enough distance. Should have aimed a bit more for the center of the trampoline there, but regardless, it's going to stick him in between Joe Moravsky and Jackson Erdos. Incredible how he was able to beat out Jackson's speed there. Next up is another one of our defo well-established ninjas in our sport. It's Joe Capo.
You can see Joe wearing the DGS Ninja shirt, one of our DGS Ninja sponsored athletes. Also recently proposed to Abby Clark, so congratulations to the two of them. Now I don't have to call him Abby's boyfriend, he's Abby's fiance.
Exactly. Congratulations to both of them. Making his way through the course now.
Nice jump there. Oh, no, and he peeled off the bar? I am absolutely shook by that. What just happened? He was moving so swiftly through everything. It didn't look like there were going to be any hiccups in that run. Skipping that last beam as well. Was not expecting that out of Joe Capo.
It looked like his right hand went just a little bit too far right and hit the frame instead of the bar there. Regardless, gonna give him one of the earlier runs in the challenge course. Regardless, we're gonna see him very soon either way. Next up is Daniel Jones, placed 120th at the World Championships last month.
Great leap up to that bar. Gonna give it an extra backswing. Gonna go for a one-armed lache there to better gauge that special delivery. Good strategy
that
there.
That trust in just using one arm there. And the trust in his balance there as well. Good stuff.
And a great gibbon across those ladders as well. Now for the links on the discs. Ooh, he's gonna take an extra swing here. Has to straighten himself out, which he does. Should go now. On that ring. Has the trampoline. And he gets across the board again. The removal of that extra platform there, going straight into the trampoline, has proved to be such a wrinkle for our athletes.
The absence of that mat before the trampoline is definitely not playing to a lot of these athletes' favors now, it looks like. Looks like there we've got 4 athletes who have fallen victim to that final jump. It might just look like a simple trampoline jump, but it is not the simplest trampoline jump. It can still mess you up. Michael Sherman, going to be our last placement course runner of this weekend.
Pretty fitting, as he was the last runner on stage 1 at the World Championships. So Michael Sherman gonna end us out here. Still says Daniel Jones, but we'll get that corrected. There we go.
Right there. The local boy out of Connecticut. Ooh, I like that little cross grip lache there, linking.
Now for the links on the discs. He's gonna straighten out, pull back, catch that ring. Now for the moment of truth. Is he gonna launch himself across? Has one more backswing here. And yes, there we go. Michael Sherman ending us off with a buzzer. 34.6 seconds to close out the placement course. Great efficiency, especially on this back half. Look at how he just sends himself over on the trampoline. Was already basically moving forward as soon as he hit the trampoline. That's going to put him in 3rd place. And we are going to end our placement course with 6 elite male clears. Jake Shanti taking the fastest time of 27 seconds. Zach Keenan and Michael Sherman rounding out your podium. And then Kai Ackel, Asen Pritchard, and Joe Moravsky are your additional 3 finishers. We'll be seeing those 6 athletes as the last 6 runners on the challenge course, with many, many heavyweights to come. And of course, we'll be kicking off the challenge course very shortly with the elite female division. So be sure to stay tuned. Our athletes know the rules. We're going to be taking a brief break.
Would you love me better if I could?
All right, we are back now with the Premier Series qualifier here at the Stamford Ninja Academy, taking a quick look at some of the replays of the placement course. That was Emily Gardner. Here's Corinne Capriotti with the only placement course clear for the elite female division. Taking a look here now. Wow, Zach Keenan just blitzing through the course, taking the second overall spot to Jake Shanti, who's now on screen. Moved through that like an absolute bullet. Got the fastest time, a 27-second run through this super tricky placement course. Nice launch there to the buzzer. He's going to be one to look out for, as well as our third place finisher, Michael Sherman.
Michael is used to going last in these courses. Went last on stage 1 at the World Championships, went last on the placement course just now. He's going to be going third to last on the challenge course. So definitely a waiter, if there ever was one. But yes, very excited to see all of these athletes here today. Gonna attempt the challenge course, and along with many other athletes, along with our top 3 women here, Corinne Capriotti, Abby Clark, and Emily Gardner, along with Mackenzie Palvic, just missing out on that top 3.
Now, just a reminder for everyone on the challenge course here, our athletes are going to have to place in the top 4 to qualify for the Premier Series finals at Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington. Now, for our elite male athletes, that rings true. For our elite female division, there's 4 athletes. They're going to have to beat the first 3 obstacles, and if they don't, then they're unable to punch their ticket today to the finals, but they're welcome to compete at any of the qualifiers for the Premier Series throughout the entire season. And a little birdie told me that since we are, just a short little drive away from Hartford, Connecticut, here in the Stamford Ninja Academy, we're bringing back a Hartford Classic for our third obstacle, if I'm not mistaken, either the first or the third. It is none other than the swivel steps. So very excited to see the rematch. 5 years in the making. So many athletes want their justice on it, and I think so many athletes are going to get it today. But for the challenge course, our athletes, if they fall on it, will have a retry. Our athletes have 2 retries on the challenge course, 1 per obstacle. They don't want to fail the same obstacle twice. They don't want to fall on 3 different obstacles, because if either of those things happen, their run will officially end. Hopefully, our athletes here can keep their runs alive for as long as possible in order to become a challenge course finisher and potentially a Premier Series finalist. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm Ken Casillas, joined by Billy Dixon. I was going to say Dilly Dixon. Nope. Billy Dixon.
I have been called that many times throughout my time at high school. You are not the only one. But yes, incredible to be here. Absolutely loved all of the content we have been given out here at Stamford in the Premier Series, our first Premier Series competition of our 2nd season. I'm very excited to not only see the elite division out here today, but all of the other divisions around the world throughout this entire series. I cannot wait.
Same
everything.
Here, Billy. If we could take a look at all of the qualifiers we've got up and coming for the remainder of this Premier Series, there's some absolutely amazing competitions coming up, and Stamford set the bar pretty high this weekend. I would say it's gonna be pretty tough to follow up on that, but we're gonna be taking it over to New York for our next competition, August 11th and 12th, or 10th and 11th, whichever weekend that is. The 11th is in there. We're going to Ferox Athletics. Ferox, one of the greatest gyms out there, hosted our Premier Series finals, and that will be August 10th and 11th. Just double check that. I can't wait to see how they'll follow that up. So that's going to be our next competition to look out for. But after that, we're going all over. We're going from Texas to Swindon to Perth to Basel to Bellingham, Washington for a qualifier and the finals held at Life Force Ninja. Can't wait to see what the Life Force team has in store. Also can't wait to see who qualifies for that competition. It's a star-studded field already just after one competition, and I can only imagine how that's going to continue to grow and evolve with 9 more qualifiers to come after today.
Not gonna lie, guys, if there are the 2 qualifiers that I'm excited the most, it's the ones down near where I am, down in the United Kingdom. Absolutely can't wait to see all the homies run that one down in late September. And then the week after that is a competition in Overground, which is held in Basel, which is in Switzerland on October 5th and 6th. We have never particularly gone to Overground before. Definitely a brand new facility that you are going to be seeing on the World Ninja League, and it is incredible. It is so big, so expansive, and I cannot wait. They do their own competitions there, and they're absolutely incredible. I can't wait for the athletes there, but now we think about the athletes right here on our course. Our first runner for the challenge course here to start it off, Mackenzie Pavlik.
Mackenzie Pavlik now making her way through. And now a reminder, our elite female athletes have to clear the first 3 obstacles of the challenge course, and they've cleared. She's in it. All right. That was number 3. Looks like no swivel steps here, but now no rings. Gonna need to throw from the bar to the alley cat. Locks that door into the bear trap there. Working her way across. Mackenzie Pavlik, very excited to see that she will be advancing to the Premier Series Finals. Now everything else is for glory and the top spot. Almost had the link dismount. Just launched herself a little too high there.
Yeah, enough
now,
height there.
I believe the time limit is set at 2:45 for our elite female athletes. All right, gets the jump this time around. Going to take an extra backswing. That log, not a problem for Mackenzie. Saw it trip up so many people in past divisions, but she is locked in. A little wobbly there on full throttle, but she is quickly on to up for snags. You can see there the rings once again not even on that pulley system. Seen different betas being used here. It looks like she's gonna reach for it, and the ring has been replaced with a cane. Oh, and she tried to go, but she was a little too low.
That is just madness, that, innit? We've seen rings be used on this obstacle all the way through our first Premier Series competition of the season. But now we're seeing it be used with canes in here. This just goes to show the difficulty level. We need to set the courses here for our elite athletes to feel some sort of challenge. So we got to credit course designer Will Schlageter on there. Pulls down the cane again. How is Mackenzie going to fare this time? Oh my goodness, had it!
Oh, they have to go all the way up there. They raised it too. Now they quite literally raised the bar. Gonna need to throw from the bar to the alley cat. But Mackenzie
gonna fare this time.
Had a great run. Put up a great demonstration of technical prowess, speed, and efficiency. We'll be seeing her at the Premier Series Finals as she is officially qualified. Now we're gonna take it over to the athlete who placed 3rd on the placement course. It is going to be Emily Gardner. Now, another adjustment that I have noticed here, while Mackenzie was at the platform for Up for Snags, typically there's a ring or a cane for the second to last obstacle, which is called Ring It Home, for the hooks, the lane of hooks there. This time it was a batarang. So we'll see some bat tech a little later as well. Super excited to see that.
We are pulling in all the tech here for our first competition of the season at our first location. I am super excited to see the tech be showcased later on in the course there. Can our next athlete, Emily Gardner, make it up to that location? Only time will tell. And she starts her run.
All right, good knock over there by Emily Gardner. Again, the first 3 obstacles are the most crucial for our runners right now. And Emily is out of there. Now gets to run for herself, not just for a qualifying spot, which she's already locked in.
Nice lock-offs there, trying to build up momentum to then lock out there. It looks like building up more momentum for the log, jumping onto the bar, taking an extra back seat to be safe, swinging down to safety, onto full throttle.
Moving very steady through, doesn't want to make a careless mistake, and she's out of there. Now almost ran over to the wrong obstacle. She's got to head over to up for snags.
She's just super eager to get through the course, man. What can I tell you? One-handed approach down to that cane. Just has to get her legs quite high there.
Oh, got up to the bar. Awesome job now for that dismount. Great job. Coming now into
she hasn't used a retry yet.
Now coming into the Crimpy Williams special. Again, this is Emily's home gym, or at least the gym she trains very frequently at. Should feel somewhat familiar with the cliff line. Now for the big part, these paddle cliffs, the diagonal ledges can be so tricky to deal with. But Emily, slipping a little bit.
The fingers slipping.
Looks like she wants the dismount, but grip. She needs the swing. Almost had it, just comes up a little short.
Super, super close there. She definitely does have the grip to go all the way on that obstacle. It's just a case of dismounting it. Definitely the hardest part.
All right. Emily on her retry now. Time is ticking away.
Wants to shake out her hands there. Make sure they're in tip-top condition.
Now for that first transfer. Has to go sideways a bit. Great move there. Back at the scene of the crime. These diagonal ledges can be so tricky. She's going to dismount early, and she makes it. Now for Ring It Home, which is going to be a batarang instead. Haven't seen Bat Tech utilized this weekend. Going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. Gets that first swing forward. And launches around.
Oh, yes, she makes the first batarang move.
Now for this next double hook here. Could go for the backside, choosing not to. Gonna lock it in.
Yes, ripping on though.
Time, Billy. She's gonna run out of time. Well, she has 0.3 seconds left to make something happen. Let's see if she gets struck by lightning, becomes the Flash, and then sprints through the rest of this course. Nope, just gonna let the time run out. All right, but still an awesome run there from Emily Gardner.
It would have been sick if that happened, I tell you that much. But yes, incredible display of both the cliffhanger there and that new Bat Tech that we haven't seen yet before. You really need to essentially bend over backwards for that cane obstacle in order for it to work out in your favor. And Emily sharing some great Bat Tech usage there. Definitely could have gone all the way if time was on her side.
All right, we are officially halfway through the Elite Female Division. We're going to take it over to our Premier Series champion from last year. It's Abby Clark, and I, for one, am very excited to see this. She has a lot of power and a lot of endurance. I think this back half of the course plays to her strengths a lot. She's just going to have to make it through these first three obstacles to lock in a return trip to the Premier Series Finals.
We can see there on that tank top, sponsored by one of our sponsors, DGS Ninja, an incredible company that utilizes the best tools to make the greatest obstacles we can. But Abby Clark making her way through the course now with a great sense of urgency. She now knows what is to be expected on the backside of the course here, and she desperately wants to get there.
She's also punched her ticket back into Washington, so that pressure officially gone. Now it's just about her and the buzzer. Coming into full throttle. Making the way across, no problem. Has to knock that backward a little bit. And jumps right out, skipping that last step. We've seen that last step kind of just exist there without really posing a threat to anyone.
Indeed
Now
so.
up for snags. First major test here for Abby Clark.
Grabs the cane. Is she going to be able to pull back enough momentum there?
Oh, she went a
Oh.
little. I think she realized she would have swung into a pole or something. She's going side to side here. Needs to adjust, change her direction, which she does. Gets up high. Nice.
Perfect.
Done by Abby Clark. A true professional there, making the correction that she needed. Now,
Amazing stuff
here we
all
go.
around on that obstacle.
Now,
Just seen Emily
many
Gardner clear
athletes
this.
know just how good Abby Clark's grip strength is. It's no surprise she is making quick work of this lane of cliffs here. How's she going to handle the rest?
Oh
Wow,
my
a nice
goodness me.
two-handed bump. And now she is on to ring it home, or I guess we should call it bat it home now.
Yeah.
We've seen her grip on display. How's her tech? Still has a minute to
get
go,
that.
Billy. Lots of time here.
Still
Yes.
has both her retries available as well. Hopefully she's not going to need them as she's making her way through the bat tech here.
And gets the
Oh, yes,
second
incredible.
move. Has to hop around this one, a smaller transition. And
Oh.
it's the small ones that are so tough with batarangs because you have to be so much quicker. Just didn't get the bat around the hook quick enough, but I have a feeling we're not gonna see the same thing happen twice from Abby Clark here.
Surely not. Time looks to be on her side for this obstacle. Making her way through the part she has previously beaten.
And now she's back
This
at
is
that
the
same
part.
hook. Gets it around.
There we
Awesome
go.
move there. She just has to get across and can link off or take a backswing and dismount. And there we have it. Abby Clark on the final obstacle. Doesn't have a lot of time to go, though. She's got to push it, and she knows it. She took a look at the clock. She's setting herself up now for the flying bar cradle. Oh, she can dismount here. Come on, Abby. Yes! The buzzer at the very end. 257.5 with 2.5 seconds left. Abby Clark is our first challenge course clear of the elite female division.
What a clear that was. She has opened the floodgates for not only the rest of the elite females, but the elite males as well. Maybe with a couple slight modifications along the way for the latter, but regardless, look at that hop there on diagonal cliffhangers, enough to make Matt Bradley jealous. Regardless, still an incredible save on that batarang move there. Making her way through effortlessly. With the use of that quicker dismount, Abby Clark rightfully is in first place at the moment. Now let's see if our final elite female competitor, Corinne Capriotti, our only clear of the placement course, can live up to those expectations as well.
Corinne Capriotti is an incredible athlete, placed 8th at the World Championship, so I would not be surprised if she can pull out another buzzer here at the Premier Series at Stamford. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. But what does matter here, looking at our leaderboard, all 3 of our athletes who have competed so far have completed the first 3 obstacles. They are officially qualified for the Premier Series Finals, which will be November 15th, 16th, and 17th over at Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington. Can't wait to see how that event will pan out, especially with Abby Clark punching her ticket back. Can she go back-to-back at the Premier Series Finals? We will find out in 4 months. Can't wait to see it.
Absolutely looking forward to that. But here is Corinne Capriotti now coming out of Gravity Forge. Her track record is amazing here. At World Champion, she got the 8th place spot down at Worlds. Got Strongest Ninja at 4th place and also placed 2nd place at Ninja Femme as well.
That's right. And Corinne has been training at Gravity Forge for 8 years. Her brother, Gianni, is an elite gymnast over there for their gymnastics program. And while he was out practicing, she was out ninja-ing. Practices 2 to 4 times a week at Gravity or at other local gyms. And when she's not doing ninja, she's doing strength and conditioning with Coach Cal at Kalinowski Performance Academy. Just recently started high school track, sprinting, doing the 100, 200, 4x1, and the pole vault. In her spare time, she likes fishing, shopping, rock climbing, and hanging out with her Gravity Forge teammates. This is her first year in the Elite Division, which you really can't tell because she's moving with so much poise and strength. But, I mean, hey, that's why she was top 10 in virtually every category you could come in last season. And she's showing it again, making it over to the Crimpy Williams special, just chalking up a bit with 1:50 left on the clock.
Got to be very strong in order to make it through this iconic cliffhanger line out here. Very quick as well, it looks like, from Kareen. Locking off slightly, ready for these diagonal cliffs. Just saw Abby Clark make it through this.
Early
Skips
dismount.
it.
And now for the
30
bat
left.
tech.
Going to use
Gonna
the
boost
boosters to get a
herself
bit
up.
more extra height for this Batarang obstacle. How is Kareen going to fare? We are going to find out now. Barely making that jump to start with, but now she's in the air, generating enough swing to catch the bat again.
And a great transfer again. Now for this quick one. Can be deceptively tricky even though it's closer. You have to be more precise and faster. She's straightening out. Trying to line her hips up for the move here. And now gets it. Oh, just
no!
came off. Just peeled off with her left hand there, but had the move in the right spot.
Gonna have to use the first of her retries here for this bat at home obstacle out here. Still has time. Time is on her side. Had more time than Abby Clark up to this point, it looks like. Oh, has to redirect her swing there. Goes for it and hangs on.
Now for the next move. She lands that as well. A little crooked there on the landing, but she's resetting her hips. And the pop around gets it the
Yes!
second time around.
The big swing
And
to
for
end
that
it off
kind of
now.
move,
A
she's
little bit more crooked.
off. There we go. But now she only has 20 seconds for the final obstacle. Oh, and she stepped down. And that's technically a retry there. Which means she's gonna... She might have done that on purpose to chalk up, actually. Very smart there, but now she's got to get up there.
10 seconds left for this flying bar maneuver.
Oh, no!
Oh, just peels out on the bar.
Oh,
Man.
man.
So close yet so far. However, that is going to land her in second place for the elite female division, right behind Abby Clark, who went before her. And of course, all four of our athletes here, including Corrine, have punched their tickets to Washington in November.
Super clean runs from all of our ladies there. There's that placement course leaderboard. And our challenge course leaderboard is somewhat similar with Abby Clark and Corinne Capriati swapping places. The champ showing why she's the champ with a first place finish on the challenge course, the only clear in the elite female division. Emily Gardner rounding out your podium and Mackenzie Pavlik claiming that final qualifying spot for finals. Congratulations to all four of those incredible athletes. Can't wait to see how they fare at finals. It's going to be very interesting. But of course, we do have 19 more athletes hopeful to pinch their spot into the finals. Our elite male division will be coming up soon, but let's see if we can get one final look at our podium here. Abby, Corinne, and Emily taking a look at their runs.
You can see in the back there, it looks like William Schlager is drilling something near the cliff that we are going to see very soon. Regardless, Emily Gardner recapping this glorious moment here.
Great run for third place. Was the first one to figure out up for snags with the cane and got out of the Crimpy Williams special. Nice movement there on the bat. Just ran out of time, but was moving very smoothly at that point. And then, of course, there is Corinne. A quick shout out as well to the Kalinowski Performance Academy for sponsoring Corinne, allowing her to do such high-level competitions such as these qualifiers for the Premier Series. Corinne not letting that sponsorship go to waste. Tore it up
Absolutely.
there with a placement course clear and a second place finish on the challenge course. And then, of course, Abby Clark, the DGS Ninja sponsored athlete, Premier Series champion, looking ready to go back to back in November. We'll see, because while these 4 ladies have all qualified for finals, there's still going to be 36 more to qualify before finals. But there's that clear again, an early dismount to the buzzer. She had 2.5 seconds left, had to make that move. A very smart decision there when it counted most.
Absolutely. Cannot wait to see all of these 4 down in Washington for the Premier Series finals down at Life Force. Cannot wait to see such expertise once again. We're going to be seeing a lot of expertise soon on the challenge course for the elite male division. A lot of great names about to be shown. We've got a lot here. We've got Ofer Jakubovic, who is our Israeli representative for this one competition here. Had an unfortunate exit on the second obstacle of the placement course, but showed a lot of urgency and power and endurance. Let's see if that comes into play here on the challenge course. Of course, we have also got names such as Joseph Meisner even, Cody Benoway, Joe Capo, and Tom Alberti, just to name a few there. Unfortunately, had quite a couple of shock fails here, and you are seeing a lot of them, if not a lot of them within these 11 here showcased. Hopefully, those don't go to waste, as we are now going to start with our Israeli representative, Ofer Jakubovic.
All right, here we go. Time limit still at 3 minutes. Ophir moving his way through. Oh, a little lunge there, and he just moves right into obstacle number 2 to recover. Looks like none of these steps will be swiveling today. And we're going to jump right into the alley cat. Nice movement there, but is going to have to turn around and do a cat flip, a spider flip, if you will, over to those 2 ropes. Ophir putting on a clinic right now, showing that placement course run was just a little fluke. He's locking in now, gets that jump over. Now, it's worth noting, everybody, that the Up for Snags is going to be our final obstacle today for the elite male division. So we'll be moving into the Crimpy Williams special, then the Bat Tech, then the Bar Tech, and finally, oh my goodness, the Up for Snags. Ophir holding onto that thin ledge as much as he can. So he wasn't adding anything, Billy. He was taking a ledge out, forcing this tiny ledge to be in play.
That is absolute madness. We could see a skip potentially if someone was crazy enough to go for it. Looks like wants to play it safe on this cliff here.
Come on,
you can
Ophir.
Look at his muscle cells.
No! So close. Almost had the escape from that ledge, and you could tell the way he grabbed that last ledge as well, he would have had the grip to get through that obstacle. So close. And it was such a smooth run to that point. Take a look at how quickly he's moving.
Oh, man.
This lane is
trying
going
to do
to be
a vertical
devastating.
limit, but the ledge is done forward.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what this is. And you have no place to flex your wrists around or anything because it's at the top of the board. It's just a very thin, rounded ledge. And now we're going to take it back to the starting line for the coach out of Empire Ninja. It is Noel Reyes.
Definitely on the older side here, age 40. Still keeping up with these young guns, though. Showing them what these older dudes are capable of.
Very smooth on these first 3 obstacles from Noel. His bio says he's 40 years old, trying to keep up with the young elites and adapting to the changing style of athleticism in the sport of ninja. So far, I think he's doing a pretty solid job. Nice catch onto those ropes. Now he doesn't want to overswing on this log, and he doesn't. Catches that bar perfectly. Noel
Good
Reyes
stuff overall from Knowles so far.
quick work of that first half of the course, being a little more cautious here on full throttle. All right,
Making
now
his
we are
way now.
in to the Crimpy Williams special.
Perhaps maybe his first time seeing the actual cliff. Trying to measure distance straight from that starting platform. Gonna have to use this tiny, tiny ledge up here.
And he's going to make it over.
And he looks like
has
he's
to
making it.
Give himself space. No, he's going hand over hand. Wow. Noel Reyes. Oh, but he just slipped off at the very end. And they slid that finished platform even further back. So those diagonal cliffs, those paddle moves, going to be pretty essential to get to the very end. I never thought
that the diagonal cliffs would be the second hardest part of an obstacle here. But it looks like the this cliffhanger takes no prisoners here.
You can see Noel's time still ticking, but he's taking a little bit of an extra rest. Always want to make sure that you're well prepared for such a long cliff line. This can go up to 70 feet long. By far the longest line of cliffhangers I've ever seen. And oh my goodness, so close. Looked like he had the grab on the ledge, but actually jammed his fingers into the black wall before he could do anything first. But still an awesome run to the 7th obstacle from Noel Reyes.
Absolutely there. The first person in the Elite Division to make it past that incredibly tiny cliff. If we could get, if it's possible, could we get a statistic on how thick that cliff ledge is, if possible? Because it looks...
Let me just ask Will real quick. See if he responds or if he's too busy being one of the best refs we've ever had.
Absolutely.
Nicholas Silva is now going to be up next, taking on the challenge course. Here we go.
140th at the World Championships this year.
Ooh, a little stumble there, but he's
okay.
okay.
Little turnaround there.
His foot hasn't touched, and he's going to jump back again, saving it. No, doesn't want to burn a retry so early on. But he is losing a little bit of time.
Working overtime here.
And now he's making up for lost time. No hesitation into the alley cat. Gonna have to flip around and catch these ropes. Trying to line himself up for it best. And he gets it.
Yes, incredible.
Now for the move onto the log. And straight into the bar, linking that dismount. I think he made up for that little misstep on the second obstacle now. Great pace to this point.
Yeah, might want to try and go a bit more efficient if he wants to get a good time. But he has to make it through the Crimpy Williams corner now. Oh my goodness me, this is a tough obstacle. We have just seen two of our elite males go out on this obstacle before him. Maybe a smaller build, smaller fingers overall, perhaps potentially some biological advantages here from maybe some of our younger athletes. Let's see if maybe that helps out.
But this ledge can be so brutal. And a nice incredible hop over. Nicholas Silva making light work of that first major test, grabbing the top of the slanted ledge. And now for the tiny turnarounds, you're going to have to make some turnaround moves as those ledges can only fit one hand on them. And now for the big move up. And the dismount. Awesome job. Coming around now to ring it home, which looks like there's going to be rings once again. Oh my goodness, you're going from a forward hook to a forward hook.
Oh dear me.
How? Just
that's
how? That's the only word I have.
Don't ask me, mate. You have to ask Will for that one.
All right, well, we'll see if Nicholas Silva can get this on his second try. You have to pull the ring back and launch it forward in your front swing just like that, but just came up a little short. Oh, man, I do think we're going to see people beat that move, but Nicolas Silva came so close there. This is why they're in the elite division and I am not. This is...
You and me both, mate. I couldn't even make it halfway through this course. That's absolutely brutal there. What was Will Schlager doing when he was designing this course? I don't get it,
man. To be fair, he's cooking. But also, I don't know how many people are going to clear this course.
Will we even get any?
Well, Joe Meisner definitely could, and he's up next, our two-time Gauntlet champion.
Repping the Asher Sims shirt out here. We all love Asher Sims. Kicking down the blocks there. Age 22, coming out of New Egypt in New Jersey. On these brand new courses for him.
Joe has a lot of power and also a lot of grip. I am excited to see him take on that massive cliff line. I think that's going to be really fun for him to see. Trains a lot with the likes of Josiah Papel and Adam Burnett on obstacles just like that.
Joe Meisner, one of the bigger ninjas overall, has a much bigger build here. Don't know if that means he's going to have to carry a lot of weight throughout this obstacle of muscle, but regardless.
Spoiler alert, you're not going to be able to tell because he can handle cliffs like nothing. Case in point, he's making short work of it right now. Awesome job, Joe. He's going to bump his hands over. Now for the one-handed turnarounds. Joe Meisner, I believe last time he was in the Premier Series, he got 5th place, just one spot short of a qualifying spot. He's got some unfinished business with the Premier Series, and it looks like he's going to tear through the first 7 obstacles right now. Now for this tricky skyhook move on Ring It Home. Almost had it! Really got himself up there, and I think that might be the move, giving yourself a little more height to give yourself more time to move the ring around.
Yeah.
He's visualizing that move right now. Here we go. Can we get it? Almost.
No!
Got the ring stuck on the hook, and that is going to do it for Joe. I do believe off of time that's going to put him in first. Yes, it will for the time being. But with so many talented athletes to run, we'll see how that holds up. Look at how easy he made those cliffs look. Oh, man, you could see that he tried to take the ring off the hook, and as he tried to move it around, he ended up just putting it back on the same hook, and it jolted himself off. Yeah, so close.
Getting more close. We're getting more progression throughout the course with every competitor. Let's see if Owen Mathers is going to be able to make his way through the rest of this course here. He's been doing ninja for about half of his life here. Started out as a 9-year-old when it was called the National Ninja League, when it had a youth division out here. Competed in 9 WNL finals out here. First year in Elite here. Survived the 2019 Swivel Steps as a team, but then fell victim to Turbo Rollers this year. We all know about them Turbo Rollers. 1 out of 2 Stage 1 clears in the most recent Vitality Stage 3 competition. If there is anyone I think is going to make a lot of progression on this course, it's got to be Owen. Experience has got to be on his side here. If we're seeing moves such as 2 forward skyhook laches, it requires a lot of experience and just knowledge, because knowledge is power, and power is definitely something you need when it comes to that obstacle. He's got to make his way through this insanely difficult cliffhanger first.
He's not even chalking up right now. He's just looking right at it, and he's going to move on through. Wow. No hesitation right now for Owen. Possibly so he can set himself a good time. Possibly just because he can move this fast and perform this well. All right, grabbing onto that first small ledge, doing a quick turnaround, already looking at that big move up, and now has to eye up that dismount, and there we have it.
He has both of his retries available still. Hopefully he doesn't have to use one on this skyhook madness out here.
This is where the tech comes into play. You don't want to fall on this. You especially don't want to fall on it twice. Here we go. Going with the reverse grip. Oh!
What are we seeing?
What is the move here? He's going to do like a battering move where he takes one hand off and then matches it onto the ring.
Whoa!
And now he's going to repeat the process. Still has a minute on the clock. Hops it up to the hook.
There he goes.
Trying to line himself up. This is some interesting beta, avoiding having to do a crazy front swing. He's just going bat style.
Oh my goodness me!
And technically
like
that is
a retry.
fall. Yeah, his hand made contact with that hook there. That is not allowed. So he's going to try again. I love the creativity out of these ninjas.
Almost grabbing it kind of like a steering wheel out here on top of the pipes. Definitely working out for him. I was a little confused on why he was going double reverse grip for himself.
Oh, and almost got it, but just couldn't get the ring around this time. Still, incredible beta, and if it works like it did on that first transition, I mean, that could be a secret gold mine to getting through that obstacle. But regardless, Owen Mathers, very impressive display of intelligence and strength and efficiency there. Going to be in second place, right behind Joe Meisner.
Look at that, though, man. Just incredible display of technique overall. Opened up the floodgates, made a monumental discovery on how to make progress on that obstacle. I did say if we were going to see progress from anyone, it was going to be Owen. Lo and behold, I'm so glad I was right there. But Cody Benaway is our next competitor, definitely on the taller side. Maybe that'll help out on some of the obstacles. We don't know. 6'3", 165 pounds, a wingspan of 76 inches. Maybe that'll help on obstacles like the Crimpy Williams Special or that insanely long cliffhanger line as it is.
This is going to be a wild, wild finale to our Premier Series qualifier here at the Stamford Ninja Academy. And for all of you in the chat watching right now, I just want to say thank you for watching, as well as if you've been watching all weekend, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to join us for our next qualifier, August 10th and 11th at Ferox Athletics in New York. It's going to be absolute madness. Cannot wait. But of course, we've still got some big names coming up. Joe Capo, Tom Alberti, Zach Eichenstein, Jackson Erdos, Joe Moravsky, you name it. We've got them all in the building. Cody Benaway now. Let's see how he performs.
Knocking down these steps as he does, coming out of Ninja Mania. Looks like he's repping it on his attire there as well.
Great move there. Locks in that wall on the alley cap before hopping in to the ropes. He's going to skip the log entirely and link his way across. Was wondering if we'd see that, and I was worried that his legs were so long that he was going to kick the log. Got high enough anyways. Not a problem for Cody Benaway.
Definitely some beta unlock on that one to save a bit of time there. Regardless, he is on his way, making his way through the tiny ledge here. Quickly making his way through the diagonals now. Has to make it underneath here to turn around. Very, very well out of Cody Benaway so far. Now, with every single run in the Elite Male division so far, we have seen at least some progress be made on the course. I wonder how Cody is going to make his way through here. Potentially going to use that tech that we saw Owen use.
Oh, wow.
Skipping
nice
the first.
there.
Wow.
I was also wondering if we were going to see that, and so it makes sense. But now this move, yes, he gets it! Cody Benaway now has to pop around the skyhook, and he can do that and links his way out. Cody Benaway might have just opened the floodgates on Ring It Home. Now coming into the second to last obstacle here. It was the final obstacle, but not anymore. This bar lane can be so tricky. Got to hop his way through. Not on wires anymore as well, so this bar can be even more unpredictable. Cody Benaway seems to be in control, though. Nice transfer over to the second set of cradles. Now into the Pac-Man. Locks it in. Can he flip it over?
Stuff there.
Yes, he can. For the dismount, Cody Benaway just has one obstacle remaining. It is up for snags, which has been moved to the final obstacle for the Elite Male Division. Now, what modifications have justified this move? That is the question.
Now, it looks like Kane is up there now, so might be a bit more of a larger jump to the Kane to start with, carrying a lot of momentum straight out the gate there. Oh my goodness me.
I don't think he meant to go that high because he ended up kicking the Kane. But it's working for him regardless. He'll chalk up a little bit with 19 seconds left. Hopefully he can get a clear. Oh, and
my goodness me.
Whiffed the catch there. Still an awesome run. Made it all the way to the final obstacle. The first to do so. He'll be holding on to that top spot.
Super excited to see a lot more of our athletes try out that final obstacle. We now know what to expect. Also, the first time we've seen the Pac-Mans be used here today. Definitely needed. Ooh, okay. So it looks like you have to stop the ring from going upward in order to make the small little threshold, if you will, to get that jump. But that's going to lock Cody Benaway in first for now. Joe Capo is up next.
Joe Capo, one of the best athletes out there. 76th at the World Championship, but was ranked 15th in his region for the regular season. All right, quick moves here onto that third obstacle. And the battle is just beginning for Joe. Unfortunately, gonna have to go through more than 3 obstacles to qualify. But it's not really phasing him right now. On obstacle 5 and sailing through.
Great stuff out of Joe so far.
Not
throttle, not a problem for him. Skipping one, in fact.
Taking a little walk over to get some chalk before the Crimpy Williams special. Working his way over to that first small ledge. You can see the crimp right there. Interesting.
He's also got a smile on his face. He's liking this.
Well, it's no surprise. They do a lot of endurance training over at Next Level. Oh, man, but just a slip-off. I think he just missed his hand placement there. You can tell that he's a little frustrated. Seems to be more technical than it is an endurance problem right there for him. So he should be fine on this next go. All right, take 2 on this line here.
Looks like he's made his way through that. No problems whatsoever. Now these diagonal cliffs is where he came undone last time.
Oh, and he gets him again? Wow, was not expecting that out of Joe Capo, but still put up a solid run. Was looking completely in his element for a long time there.
Absolutely has that infectious smile there all the way throughout that obstacle. Look at him enjoying himself. This is in his wheelhouse, but unfortunately couldn't have his way with the cliffhangers today. Still an incredible run out of Joe Capo here.
Taking him back over to Sebastian Ramos. Sebastian's had some great runs as of recent.
Ninja Academy out here.
What is I like this.
Not a chance. What are we seeing here?
Great skip from Sebastian there. Nothing illegal about that at all. So he is moving on. Not having to deal with any swiveling spin.
Technique.
It's also probably the smartest one that we've seen all day. That was awesome. And he's only used 27 seconds on the first half of the course there. And
He's skipping everything out here.
A dive roll out. He knows that he's going to have to make it to the 8th obstacle in a good amount of time. He just saved himself a lot of time. Now on to the Crimpy Williams special. He's going to... Oh, what is this? Is he resetting? He's resetting. He's going to shake out a little bit. Got a feel for it. Chose to give himself a little bit before pumping out and using a retry. There's the chalk.
Yeah.
A minute has now passed.
Definitely the fastest up to the cliffhanger to this point here. Chalking up looking to be a good idea here. How far is he going to get? Hey, oh, no! Right, I can respect the commitment for going for that skip there. Might be a bit too large to just even go for there. Maybe the tiny cliff is the way to go.
We'll see. All of these athletes have incredible grip strength, regardless of their size. He's going to try and bump his hand over, shaking his head.
He's going back again.
All right, shaking out again, taking a breath. Still has 1:05 to go.
He's using everything he can in order to at least attempt to clear on this cliffhanger.
All right,
nice
here we go.
Cautious approach.
Doesn't get enough space there on his hand, and he's fighting for it. Gonna try and go for that skip. Oh, doesn't get it.
Looks like his arm banged into the frame there, but regardless, incredible strategies all around. Like, look at that. We are definitely seeing that again. What? Absolute madness out here from Sebastian Ramos. And that dive roll as well, right before going back and forth again on this cliffhanger. There had to be one of them who thought of that skip there. And we respect Sebastian for trying to lay down the foundation on that. We are now moving on to one of our top names here. Definitely one of our faster ninjas out here. We got Tom Alberti coming out of Hamden Ninja.
Rushing over, you can see his dad/coach also on his sideline, trying to make sure that he's moving with a good sense of urgency. Tom Alberti is not wasting any time here. Extra lock-offs for those slanted ledges. He's going to bump across and out to set up that swing. And this is going to be the fastest we've seen anyone get out of the first 7 obstacles. Puts him in second place for the time being, just behind Cody Benaway. Now, what's Tom's approach going to be on Ring It Home?
Is he going to use Cody Benaway's method? Looks like that's not going to be the case. He makes it look insanely easy.
That's the cleanest we've seen that transition, and he does it again. Tom Alberti.
Right then.
And an incredible run to this point. 1.5 minutes remaining for 2 obstacles, starting off with the pipe hopper, which I just learned was the official name because no one had really fallen on it to give me the name of it, or cleared it to give me the name of it. But pipe hopper is the name, and Tom Alberti killing the game right now. Great move onto the second cradle there, into the Pac-Man, and a quick move over. Charging up that backswing for the dismount. Now we're coming into up for snag. And I do believe
Tom
off
Alberti.
of time, he is in first place right now. Here we go.
A deep breath before this insane obstacle. How will he fare? Taking an extra swing here. Can he lock in the cane? No!
Oh, yeah, no, I think you have to land the cane in the ring.
Yeah, that is how we're supposed to do it out here. Gotta get it in there right before it shoots up into the sky. Definitely a job that requires very quick reflexes. Tom has that in spades.
all I will say is threading the needle into a ring on a pulley system might be one of the craziest moves I've ever heard of. You have to raise the cane as the ring is going up. And Tom Alberti almost got it.
No!
Almost had it. Close one.
Wow.
Awesome job. That is going to put him in the top spot for the time being. 6 seconds faster than Cody Benaway. And I think that speed here on Ring It Home definitely helped him out there. What clean movements. Did not think we'd see such precise skyhook transfers on that obstacle. And you could see there, the cane actually hit the bottom of the ring. It almost locked in. That is what separated Tom Alberti from being our first challenge course finisher.
We are getting closer and closer each and every time. That's putting him in first for now. Let's see if any of our remaining athletes can match that caliber that Tom Alberti and Cody have set by getting to that obstacle. Next up is Daniel Jones.
Yep. Oh, man. I'm so just shocked by how easy they're making this course look. This is one of the few times I've looked at a course and gone, yeah, I just would never clear that in the span of a year. If you gave me a year to train that, I wouldn't clear it. But
yeah, exactly.
All these athletes just crushing it right now. Daniel Jones, no exception. Nice leap onto those ropes. Oh, and just thwarted that jump there. Gonna have to give it a retry. Here we go.
Get that backwards push off. There he goes. Is he going to even utilize the log? Yes, he will, and he makes it this time. Happy days and fair dues.
Links that dismount as well. Now on full throttle, but his foot slips. You could tell that that was not something he thought he would fall on. It's not something we thought he would fall on. And there goes all of his retries.
Has to be very careful throughout these next few obstacles here. Oh, be very careful there, Danny.
Oh, no!
Oh, my goodness me!
Daniel Jones down on full throttle. Unexpected ending there.
Wow.
Yeah, I would not have guessed that would have been the undoing of Daniel Jones. But such is Ninja. Anything can happen. Well, we'll now be taking it over to our final 9 runners. Zach Eichenstein giving a little look to the camera like he knows something.
He knows what's up.
That we don't.
I think he might have gone into the future, told us he's cleared. Are we supposed to act surprised when he does?
All right, quick footwork there through the first 3 obstacles. Zach knows how to fly. Is one of the biggest brains behind Ferox Athletics, where all the obstacles are super high up. So he has no problem launching himself through the air, as demonstrated there. Good skip there on full throttle. Heads over to the Crimpy Williams special. Those cliffs have been so menacing. And there's a chalk stain on the mat where Isaiah Thomas accidentally knocked it over earlier today.
Never forget.
Never forget the chalk spills. But Zach, super clean right now. Popping his way over on the diagonal ledges now. Turning around on the small ones. Has to set himself up for that upwards grab. Great movement. And he gets the dismount. Now coming in to ring it home for those tricky, tricky skyhook moves.
We've seen a lot of different techniques be showcased here today with clears. Let's see how Zach is going to be able to handle this insane contraption. Looks like he's going to go for the regular tech, linking it. Wowzers.
Almost had it again, but got the ring stuck on the hook. Is trying to steady himself before launching again. And there's the transfer. No, that ring
can't get it backward.
Refusing to leave right now. And again, third time's the charm. No,
Oh,
still
man.
stuck.
Does not want to leave that hook there. Ah!
You know, it takes a drop, still has a minute left. It is enough time to get through this obstacle and potentially the rest of the course if he's efficient enough. Here we go. Zach Eichenstein launches over.
Yes,
Wow! One-handed
saves it
save
with one hand there.
by the fingertips. And
Come on,
again, just peeled off.
Oh man, he had it ejected there.
So close.
Dude.
And you know what? Looking at the leaderboard right now, by a whopping 0.71 seconds, he is in third place ahead of Joe Meisner. This leaderboard is going to get more and more competitive as more athletes like Zach pull off crazy moves like that and outdo each other on speed little by little. And now another fast athlete who could very well be our first clear. It is the world champion, Jackson Erdos.
Super excited to be competing at Premier Series, he says, after the amazing World Championships. He's taking a minute, thumbs up to let everyone know he is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion, Jackson Erdos, is now on the course.
Jackson said he's just going into it to give it his all, hopefully inspire his younger ninja students over at the Gravity Forge. Wants to teach them that progress might take time, but the top of the mountain can be attained by anyone, even when it might not seem like it at the start. Truly a role model in this community, one to look up to, and he is showing why. It's been less than 30 seconds. He's already on obstacle number 7.
Oh, quickly making his way through the cliffs here. Looking like that. I have no words. He's just incredible, mate.
I've never seen someone sprint cliffhangers the way he is right now. I've seen people move fast on cliffhangers, but I'm frightened by the fact that it's been 49 seconds and he's on obstacle number 8.
Oh my goodness me.
Gets that skyhook move, no surprise. Goes for it again, no surprise there. The first time I spoke with Jackson was when I saw him post something about how flawlessly he did like 6 different skyhooks moves in a single combo, and I asked him for advice. So I am not shocked that he tore that up at all.
Absolutely. Now here he is on the pipe hopper. Has to make these transitions here. The first one is just a regular flying bar transfer. Now onto the dual Pac-Man, locking it in. Oh, having a bit of trouble.
Trying a little uneven.
Oh, okay.
That second Pac-Man's a little lower by the looks of it.
Ooh.
Now this was the... oh, no!
Oh, no! Barely slips out from behind there. Gonna have to use a retry on the entirety of the pipe hopper here. Those Pac-Mans not wanting to move for Jackson here.
It's worth noting that that move on the Pac-Mans, that's actually what got Jackson at the World Championship on Stage 3. So this is a bit of a rematch here. Can we get redemption?
Oh, yes!
Yes, we can! Jackson Erdos now got a minute left coming into the final obstacle.
There's a bit of hydration there.
Now is going to have to thread the cane through the ring. The downside, they're both attached to the same pulley system. Up for snags, such a difficult obstacle. Has to catch it high and lift it up. Almost had it.
Barely got it in there, but just peeled out.
So tricky. Come on, Jackson.
His final try at an obstacle this weekend. How is he going to fare? 35 seconds left to attempt it.
Timer still frozen.
Figure out a bit of beta there.
Now, once he gets through this move, he can dismount off to the bar, if I'm not mistaken, get to the platform and hit the buzzer. So it's just about landing this move. Time not going to be a problem. He gets it! Jackson Erdos! The champ is here, everyone! Oh my goodness! Grabs onto the bar.
Hang on to that bar! One more final shake! The buzzer has been hit!
The challenge course has been defeated. Oh my goodness.
The floodgates have been opened. Jackson Erdos
screaming.
knowing everyone. He means business like never before. A world champion looking after that Premier Series title, perhaps down at Life Force. Oh my goodness me.
I'm screaming out of shock as if I didn't say he could be our first challenge course finisher. There's that rematch there and the redemption on the Pac-Man. Getting a little bit of a taste of sweet victory from Worlds and sweet victory here as he landed that move. The first of hopefully many that we'll see land that final tricky move. But Jackson Erdos sitting in a great spot to head back to the Premier Series finals. Oh, wow. Billy, we just witnessed something special there.
We did. I am so happy I managed to commentate Elites today. Seeing these amazing athletes crush the course right in the live sitting. Just expressing my emotions out here as Justin. Oh,
Justin
very close
Karagianis makes it out of the second obstacle alive. This is Justin's first year competing as an elite competitor, one of the youngest in the division. Chose to go with the Challenge of Elites instead of staying in young adult. In addition to Ninja, Justin does cross country and track. Pole vaulting is one of his events when he does track as well. He also loves Raiders football and Formula One racing, especially Ferrari. I don't know the slightest bit about Formula One, but I do know that someone in the chat, Mr. Josiah Propel, knows quite a bit about that, so shout out to him. But right now, Justin, it's been less than a minute. He's making his way through full throttle, 6 obstacles down. Now coming up to the Crimpy Williams special.
Chalking up wise decisions. Just to quickly make his way across this incredibly thin cliffhanger. Oh no, you could see his fingers peeling out one by one there. Get an extra chalk for a bit more reassurance in the fingers there. Hopefully it all pays off for Justin.
All right, a minute and a half remaining. Justin still has time as his ally. And the question is now, will his grip support him through this obstacle? And he's slipping, but he's fighting. No! Justin Karagianis came so close there. But it's just going to come up short on the Crimpy Williams special with 6 runners to go. Very good run through the first 6 obstacles, though. Was flying. Putting up a great pace. And right now, our leaderboard remains unchanged in the top 4. Jackson Erdos, Tom Alberti, Cody Benaway, and Zach Eichenstein. We have 6 runners remaining, and those 6 runners are our finishers from the placement course. So anything can happen right now. No one's spot in the finals are guaranteed.
Now then.
Especially with Joe Moravsky.
Gotta love the shirt out here, representing the most recent Ninja event he has indulged in that wasn't part of the World Championships. Sasuke World Cup happening on August 21st. Catch Joe Moravsky there, wherever you can.
Right,
but here he goes.
Joe trains and coaches at this gym.
Oh, hello!
I was wondering, because everyone's putting their hands on the black. Technically, that's not illegal to just jump around it. And Joe Moravsky understands that there is a huge pace that is going to have to be taken, and he is putting the pedal to the metal right now. Speaking of putting the pedals down, knocks over full throttle, no problem, 30 seconds through. The last athlete I saw move this quickly to the 7th obstacle was Jackson Erdos, mind you. But now we'll see how he does on the cliff line. Trains on this quite a bit, so it's no surprise he's through that first small ledge. This specific combo set up by Will, and Joe had the quick transfer over. Incredible move. He's going to pop his way up, pull back,
Seemingly,
it's been a minute. He's officially entered the top 4. He is in 4th place. beating this obstacle will extend that run. We shall see how he fares on Ring It Home.
Joe's been doing ninja for such a long time. Should be used to skyhooks here. But this configuration has been getting quite a lot of people here today.
Yes!
But not Joe with the one-handed save!
Whoa!
Let's go, Joe!
By the fingertips, and
Oh,
he's
goodness
back
me!
as well. The ring
Gonna need a
just
second attempt there.
refusing to come off. But it's okay. He has his retry and a minute 30. All right, here we go. Taking a breath now. And again,
Oh,
no, just airballs it. Oh, man. Our 2020 world champion defeated by Ring It Home. That was crazy. That was crazy.
See,
I don't know how else to describe that.
Looked to be matching Jackson Erdos's moved down to a T up to that moment. Literally copying all of his techniques on the cliffhanger. Some kind of telepathical notes in the
Look
head
at that
there.
save.
Oh my goodness me!
Oh man, so close. But again, Joe Moravsky currently sitting on the hot seat in 4th place. There's 5 runners remaining. We shall see if his time to the final to the Ring It Home holds up, or if any of our remaining 5 athletes are going to beat said obstacle. Up next is going to be Ace
First up.
It's getting real in here, Billy.
I can sense it. I may be overseas, but I can feel the hype coming from Stamford Ninja Academy down there in the States.
Now, are we going to see a jump around? No, we are not. We're going to see a use of the nunchuck. Going to be a little harder for Ace there as he's on the taller side, but quickly through. No problems.
A lot of power onto that door. Oh, banging that.
Oh, he's going to skip the log
Skipping,
entirely and
happy
link his
days
way
all
out.
around. Good stuff from Asen.
He's going to skip that 3rd one. Yes, he will. Now into the Crimpy Williams special, this long line of cliffs. All right, there we go.
Oh, slowly but steadily making his way through. You can see his fingers shaking.
He's fighting through it. He's going to...
Oh my goodness me.
He tried the turnaround onto that ledge so he could get off of that thin one.
Super close there.
Almost had it. Now here we go. Time is ticking
a bit
away.
more time to get pumped up here.
Going for the quality over the speed right now. Wants to make sure that he can get through this obstacle to keep his run alive.
Good way to go about things, that's for sure.
Got the Freeport Ninja Academy supporting their coach, Asen.
No!
And his run is cut short on that cliff. Can be so difficult to land, but still a great job. Look at that huge skip. Again, launching himself and linking right out of the 5th obstacle. Which is called Barrels of Fun. Now
we are
for
moving
our,
into our last couple of runners here. Kai
Our
Apple
final
being the
4.
first out of our remaining 4.
which means that from now on, an athlete will be locking in their spot to the finals after every single run. The question is, will Kai Ackel lock his spot into finals, or will Jackson Erdos, who's currently sitting in 1st, be our first athlete to punch his ticket to Life Force's final competition? Final as in finals,
yeah,
it's not their last.
Nah.
All right, here goes Kai. 25th at the World Championship.
Important to note that he knows what he has to do in order to qualify for Washington. We will have one of our guaranteed winners after this run. Oh, incredible pace here. Definitely wants to get to the cliffhanger with a mad speed there. Very risky moves on full throttle, but regardless, chalking up before the Crimpy Williams corner.
To get into the top 4, he has to beat this obstacle within the next 20 seconds. Joe Moravsky made it through this obstacle in 58 seconds, and that puts him in 4th place. So Kai is going to have to move. He's got 10 seconds to go. Otherwise, he will have to beat Ring It Home.
Using Joe's tech there to swing.
It looks like he's going to have to
up here.
Home.
No!
Oh, no!
Ah! Right at the very end there.
You can see that he was really grimacing through that back half of the line. You can see him there with a little bit of a smirk like, man, I got to do this again.
Yep. No athlete wants to really go through it again, but he has no choice if he wants to carry on through.
A spot in the championships on the line here.
Chalking up yet again. No, actually hydrating. An all right approach.
Now chalking.
Here he goes.
All right, here we go. On that small ledge now, he's really fighting.
Come on, Kai. Getting that grip.
Hand over
You can
hand.
see every single finger.
He's fighting for it again. Got it. He's going to grab the top of that ledge and just pumps out.
Giving out.
So close there for Kai Ackle. But made it there in 25 seconds, which is insanely fast.
Madness there.
Which I believe is actually the fastest to that obstacle that we've seen all day.
With that, however, that means Jackson Erdos is our first Premier Series Elite Male finisher, and what a way to make his name known out here. We've already known him as the world champion out here. He wants to come out as the Premier Series champion as well this year. Michael Sherman also with that goal, and he is up next.
Michael Sherman had 12th overall at the World Championships. It was such a difficult course. And if I'm not mistaken, he was one of our few and proud to clear stage 1. Yes, he was.
Ooh! Interesting strategy there. Oh, using the hands on the quadriceps. Looks like it's forced to be a retry here.
And now just correcting that mistake, moving on through. Again, to beat Joe Moravsky right now, you have to make it to Ring It Home in 58 seconds or less, or you have to beat Ring It Home. Michael Sherman definitely capable of doing both. But we'll see if everything lines up for him. Right now, it doesn't look like time's going to be on his side to beat Joe, so we'll have to make it through the Crimpy Williams special as well as Ring It Home to hop into that top 4.
Has the finger strength to make it through this insane cliffhanger line here. Ooh, that's new. We haven't seen an over approach on that side yet. And not here either. I'm liking what I'm seeing here, Kane.
Same here, Billy. There we go with a nice spin around. And now he's lined up for that upward grab. Going with another turnaround. I'm dizzy watching him.
Imagine this guy out here, Michael Sherman, chalking up before these insanely tough sky hooks.
All right, here we go. This obstacle can be so difficult.
Here's the bigger Lachey.
Oh!
Looks like he kind of overshot it there. Hit the pipes.
It's all right. He has his second retry. Has to be flawless on everything from here on out. And another pop forward. There's the move. And a little stuck there.
Trapped there.
You can see a lot of athletes getting stuck there. It's a bigger throw, So our athletes, I think, are overcompensating here, trying to get more airtime, but not enough pull.
Oh, he saves it tremendously out here.
Around. Oh, he's going straight for the dismount. Michael Sherman
nice!
enters the top 4 with that run. Now hoping to jump into. Oh no!
Oh dear me!
That's it. That's his
No!
run. Oh man!
What, man?
Well, that currently is going to put him in 4th place right now, with 2 runners remaining. This also means that Tom Alberti is going to be our 2nd Premier Series finalist in this division. Cannot be knocked out of the top 4 now, but oh man. Michael Sherman, huge dismount there to put him into the top 4. Now he's on the hot seat. We'll see what happens with these last 2 runners. I'd be a little nervous about these last 2 as well. One of them is Zach Keenan, and the other,
Don't forget
Jake
Tom
Shanti.
Alberti. Tom Alberti has punched his ticket to Washington in the fall out here. Zach Keenan, however, is our penultimate runner of the weekend.
Zach Keenan, again, our Premier Series champion in the amateur division last year. You know he wants a 2nd title this time in the elite division, and he's not wasting a single second. Got 15th at the World Championship. He was our fastest non-finisher. Oh, man. But speed can kill sometimes.
Absolutely. You can't underestimate that log. Might not have taken out as much people as it has in past divisions, but it still cannot be taken for granted out here on this course.
All right. Looks like he's going to skip it entirely now. Yep, and a link out.
Nice strategy, that.
Now to get into that top 4, he's going to have to get to the pipe hopper in under 2:16. But of course, Zach Keenan, you know he wants more. You know he can get much more as well. Quickly through those ledges.
Making his way through the massive jump here. Another one of our fastest competitors to this point here. Wants to
Now,
chalk
here
up
we go.
before going for these skyhooks moves.
Bring it home can be so tricky. But
Yes,
not for
mate.
Zach Keenan. Oh, gonna make an adjustment
Has to
here.
eject
But we
the
saw
ring.
Michael Sherman recover from this not long ago.
Indeed we did.
And
And
there
now
we
we've
go.
seen Zach recover from it.
Yes, got that
Are we
switch
gonna
around
see
as
another
well.
skip?
He's gonna pop his way over,
Gonna go the full way.
and just like that, with a time of 1:30 to that point, 1:31 or so, Zach Keenan is in the top 4. He's currently in 4th though. If he wants to lock in his spot to finals, he's got to get through this relatively quickly. Let's see if he
on,
can
Zach.
land that Pac-Man move. Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness me!
I thought that was going to be the craziest glitch in Ninja history.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely wild there. But he's back up. He's got 1:06 left. I don't think the time is on his side to hop into 3rd place by beating this obstacle, but he still has time to clear the course and launch himself into the top 2. Speaking of launch, back on pipe hopper.
Oh no! Literally just about to say he has to be quite careful hopping through, but regardless, Zach Keenan putting out an amazing performance out here. Showing off what he is made of here with that skip of the log after falling victim to it.
So
Making
close
that all of that cliff look incredibly easy.
Wow.
And that
History.
also means Cody Benaway with that incredible skyhook technique has punched his ticket to Washington for the Premier Series finals down in November. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now down to our final runner of the weekend. It is our top finisher from the placement course. It is Jack Sinotti.
Jake Shanti. Bro, Jake Shanti, put some respect on his name.
It is 1:45 in the morning here. Let me off.
Fair enough. But Jake, trying to end off with a buzzer. Sending his way over. Wow, a lot of speed and power there on the alley cat. Jake Shanti had such a fast pace on the placement course, and he's bringing that pace with them on the challenge course. Final runner here, making quick work of the first 6 obstacles. Not chalking up, he's just going to jump right into the Krimpy William special. He's showing that he didn't really need the chalk. Going to have to readjust his hands there, and he's all good.
Still making his way through very efficiently here onto the diagonal cliffs here.
Ooh,
oh,
good
nice little pop
two-handed
there.
catch. Oh, but he missed on the turnaround. He only had half of his hand on there. The other fingers just peeled off. Now, let me tell you guys a little story from the Premier Series of last year. Zach Keenan was in 4th place. Well, he wasn't in 4th place, but Zach Keenan ended up his first qualifier in 5th place. He then went to another qualifier to qualify for the finals, where he proceeded to win. Now Zach Keenan is looking at a potential repeat of history. Jake Shanti could still very much knock him into 5th place, but we shall see.
Oh,
Jake.
the pinky's going.
Move.
You can see the finger by finger.
But you know what? He looks very calm. He's not very phased by it. He's just adjusting as necessary. So let's see that.
Nice
And Jake Shanti calls it. And we have our official top 4 in the elite male division. But before we get into that, let's look at what happened with Jake's run. So much power. Look at how much force he hit that wall with. Wow. And again, he looked very collected and full of just plenty of confidence and poise there on the cliffs. Just a little slip up. But there's your top 4. Zach Keenan taking 4th. Cody Benaway on the podium with 3rd. Tom Alberti with 2nd. And Jackson Erdos is our only challenge course clear with a 1st place finish. Incredible work by all of our athletes today.
If I could count the amount of times my jaw has dropped throughout this entire weekend, you couldn't count on like 50 billion hands, I'm telling you. But we also have Abby Clark, Corinne Capriotti, and Emily Gardner as our top 3 there, with Mackenzie Pavlik making out the top 4 here. All of them qualifying for Washington down in November. Yeah. I'm speechless, mate.
Yeah, so incredibly close.
There is another look at our top 3 here. Jackson Erdos, Tom Alberti, and Cody Benaway, each making incredibly impactful impacts on their runs there. Jackson the only clear, Tom showing incredible speed throughout all of it, and Cody Benaway with that incredible skyhook tech we saw.
Just received word as well from Will, who finally had a minute. That thin ledge that you're seeing Cody on right now, 5/12 of an inch.
What?
Just under half an inch.
That is stupid.
It's amazing that so many athletes were able to get through that. So close as well.
Yeah. Just had a look at Cody there. Tom Alberti, got to have an incredible look back here. So much power, speed, and force, dexterity in every sense of the word.
All right, and there's the move by Tom. That was so clean. Some of the best performances on that obstacle there. And very smooth on the bar tech. Just hit the bottom of the ring there. Could have had that challenge course clear, but still an amazing job. And then, of course, Jackson Erdos, the world champion, put on an amazing performance. Had a little bit of a slip up on the bar tech, but again, it is insane how quickly he moved through the cliffs and skyhook there. And there is the move into the Pac-Man that helped him get to that final obstacle. Let's see him thread the cane into the ring.
Ooh.
The only athlete we've seen get it this whole weekend. And there's the glorious challenge course buzzer. Amazing job from all of our athletes. And with that, our first Premier Series qualifier of the season has come to an end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to tune back in August, it says 11th and 12th. I believe it's 10th and 11th for Fair Oaks Athletics over in New York. They hosted the finals last year. We know they can make electrifying courses. Can't wait to see how that pans out. Austin Ninjas, August 17th and 18th down in the Lone Star State. But then we go down under to Perth, Australia for the compound, which has hosted the Australian Championships for 2 straight years now. A newer gym in Colorado, Arc Ninja, led by Austin Gray and Nate Hansen, taking on some very, very challenging courses. Can't wait to see what they're cooking up. Life Force Ninja made an amazing qualifier last year. Can't wait to see what they do September 21st and 22nd. Then we return to Europe for True Function Ninja Training Ground in Swindon in the United Kingdom. And then to Basel, Switzerland for Overground October 5th and 6th. Then we head back to the States for the SoFlo Ninja Academy competition October 12th and 13th. And we wrap up our qualifiers with Modus Ninjas Elise Summit, October 19th and 20th, all leading up to the top 4 from each of these competitions, advancing to the Premier Series Finals, November 15th, 16th, 17th, at Life Force Ninja at Bellingham, Washington. Billy, closing thoughts?
I can't wait for more. We've already started. It was an absolute pleasure opening the Premier Series second season out here. So many amazing moments throughout the entire weekend. And to think that we've got about 9 more of these, including the finals, which makes it 10. I cannot wait. You guys are in for such a treat throughout the next couple of months. Super, super happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Of course, Billy. And on behalf of Billy Dixon, I'm Kane Casillas. We will see you guys next time.